For Retro Tech today, we have a very special look at one of the most original Nintendo products. It's a huge hit. Back in the day, kids all loved it, teens liked it, adults even loved it. It's the Nintendo Game Boy Advance system. Not the SP, but the Advance, the direct model following the Game Boy Color. It was popular for a very long time, and it played the infamous Nintendo Game Boy Advance cartridges, which were basically, box-shaped cartridges that you can pick up in stores. And if I'm not mistaken, you might be still able to pick up these cartridges in stores today. I'm not sure. Haven't looked in a very long time in terms of this stuff. Looked directly at Game Boy Advance cartridges, but they were still in production at least a year back or 2 years back. And yeah, you could still see them around. You still see new titles popping up on these devices, even though the systems are long gone. But this is because these cartridges are the same ones that are accepted on Game Boy Advance SP systems, which of course are those cute little square box systems that flips up when you can start playing. But the Game Boy Advance is a direct model that features a simple candy bar design with an easy-to-use navigational system. Taking a look at the hardware itself, the Game Boy Advance system, it looks pretty cool. It has this nice, it comes in various colors. This version is the translucent version, which is very nice. It's made out of this nice plastic. You can actually see through it, which is pretty cool. You, of course, have the famous display, a full-color display. Now, the color display is not backlit here, which means that you're not going to be able to see it in complete darkness, but that means that under direct sunlight, the colors actually pop out more. It's a transflective screen, kind of like e-readers, where you take it out into the sunlight and it actually pops up brighter, which is pretty good because it's better for your eyes. It tells kids to not actually play these things indoors, and that's, of course, a disappointment because there's came out with a lot of accessories, manufacturers with like night lights and stuff that actually came out worse. But anyways, let's talk about the other designs. We have a 4-way D-pad on the left-hand side, in addition to a start and select keys. These keys are all risen above the surface and really easy to press. In addition to an A and B button, the famous A and B buttons that are tactile and fun to use. The D-pads all feel really well thought out and really well made, so this thing lasts for a very long time. We've also got a very loud mono speaker that is fairly nice as well. Nintendo also throws in your on-off switch on this side of the device, as well as a 3.5mm headphone jack for music and gameplay, as well as a volume control. The device is all outlined in plastic on both sides, and on the top it also continues to trend with a left and right game key. These click really nicely, and what's cool about it is that it's interesting because it's kind of the same control pad that you might get from a TV control pad in a game console connected to your TV screen. So it's pretty cool. It's called a special connection tray. This connection tray allows for special gameplay and for game links, allowing a different Game Boy Advance SPs to connect to each other. And there's your cartridge slot. Let me see. You also have your battery compartment in the back, which runs on 2 AA batteries. The batteries on this thing last just around forever. It is going to last long and long and long for hours and hours of playback, which is very good indeed. Turning the device on, you have an LED indicator turned on, and you'll see that the screen is not backlit, but my flash on the camera should pick up these things quite well. It doesn't have anything in it, so it's not going to do anything, but if we slide in a game and start it again, we'll be back and going. Of course, we also got cases and stuff back in there. This is Sony, Sonic the Hedgehog, and we just got an example game here, but to see how graphics look, that's what they look like. Very sharp. This was just back a few years ago, definitely in the late 2000s, so it's not like it's way back in 1999 and below. It's not like those Tiger R zones and anything like that. It's still very popular. A lot of people still know this, a lot of people still own this, and a lot of kids still do, that are probably now teens. But anyways, if we start this, and we turn up the volume a little bit, can we? No, that just turns the device off. You'll find that the speaker is pretty loud and pretty easy for gameplay. And the controls are also well set up and well navigated. Now, one of the complaints for the Game Boy Advance system is definitely that, just like Nintendo DS and the Game Boy Advance SP, whenever you want to switch cartridge, you have to power the direct device off in order to switch one. And if you power the device on without a cartridge and then you stick one in while the device is still on, it's not going to recognize the cartridge. You have to shut it off and then restart it. So there's a lot of restarting and rebooting, just like a lot of Nintendo products. that function well when they're powered on. The games are really addicting. The game selection is huge. It's vast. There's, like I said, there's probably still new games coming out even now. There's constantly expanding array of games that makes this type of device really popular, and the fact that it's really inexpensive. And even now in today's standards, you can probably pick this device up for under $50 on eBay and stuff. I'm not exactly sure, but you get the idea. It's just really fun to play with. The battery life is just forever, and there we go. I'll try to see if I can just die on purpose, but I just lost some coins. But yeah, that's basically how Sonic looks like, and it's a lot of games just function really well. The control and the D-pads are just really easy to maneuver by your hands, and they're just it's a well built product. It's built to last, and it does last a long time, and it is pretty cool indeed. The Game Boy Advance SP. This is our retro look back at OS and VTXreviews.com. Thank you for watching.